Okay. uh, Akash, audible? Akash.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. PPT visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, in the previous class, we were discussing how to draw the VSWR circle for any given load. See, any load, if you take any load connected ZL, there is a VSWR. Okay, voltage standing wave ratio. It is a voltage standing wave ratio, and for a given load frequency, it is a unique that VSWR on that particular transmission line VSWR. Okay, for a given load and characteristic impedance, it is a constant value. Okay, only one value VSWR. Okay, so that we can draw that circle VSWR. Already told about that VSWR in the previous classes. Voltage standing wave ratio. What is the importance of that voltage standing wave ratio? Also I told. Okay. So to draw that circle, VSWR circle, it is called as VSWR circle. Okay. Over that circle, that VSWR remains the same. Reflection coefficient actually remains the same for that over that circle. So now to draw the VSWR circle, what we have to do? You have to mark the load first. Okay. We have to mark the load, and after marking the load, we have to draw the circle. To draw the circle, what we have to do, for example, like this is a load here 70. Okay, in the earlier class we discussed about this same problem. Okay, this is a load given, we have to normalize this, and we have to mark it over the Smith chart. So normalizing is this one 1.4 plus j.6 for this load one I have taken here is some example. Okay, and we marked like this, so that we studied 1.4 circle and a 0.6 circle, and we have to take a center of the Smith chart as a center here. This is a point 1 actually center here. Okay, take a radius equal to this up to the load here, starting from here center of the Smith chart to this point, load point, and draw the circle. That is a VSWR circle. Okay, so that this same example we studied in the morning class. Okay, now we will see one more example. See this one, load ZL is equal to 15 plus J25. This is a load is given 15 plus J25. It is not a normalized load. Okay, it is some load. Okay, to mark it on the Smith chart, what we have to do, we should normalize this. If you normalize this, you will be getting this 0.3 plus j.5. Okay, so to draw the VSWR circle, what we have to do, you have to mark it on the Smith chart. Marking the one on the Smith chart means it is a intersection. It looks like a point on the Smith chart. Okay, it is a intersection of 0.3 circle. R is equal to 0.3 circle, and X is a plus 0.5 circle. Reactance value is a plus 0.5. You should not leave this. It is very important. Okay, if it is positive, it is in the upper part of the Smith chart. See here, above this line. This is a horizontal line is there here. Okay, above this reactance circles are there. These reactance circles are plus X. So this is very important. Plus or minus we have to see before marking. Okay, so it is plus here in this case. So it is 0.5, j.5. So you have to see the intersection of this 0.3 and 0.5. So R is equal to 0.3. You see the circle here. Okay, where is the 0.3? This is 0.1, this is 0.2, this is a 0.3 here. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake. Sorry. 0.3 is okay. Point correct. This point, it is a 0.3 here. See, this is a circle, 0.3 circle. 0.3, R is equal to 0.3. And what is that 0.5 X? This is 0.5 here written, 0.5. Intersecting. They are intersecting at this position. So you mark it over the Smith chart. Draw the circle. Take this as a radius. See here. Radius from here to here, load point, ZL1. This is a certain one I marked. From center here to here, take a radius. Okay, and draw the circle. This is a VSWR circle for this load. For this load, this is a load point, point 3. If the load is equal to this, then this is the VSWR circle. Okay. Similarly, for example, another example. For example, if you take this one, 0 plus J50 ohm, the load given is this. What is the VSWR circle? Okay. So to draw the VSWR circle of this, we should mark it first. Okay. To mark it, we should normalize this value. That is 0 plus J1. Okay, it is actually they may be provide like this J50 only. J50 means you should take R is equal to 0. Okay, so I have taken 0. This is J1 if you normalize. 0 plus J1, that means R is equal to 0 circle and X is equal to 1. Intersection of R0 and X is equal to 1. This appears as a point on the Smith chart. So what is that point? You see here R0. R0 means which one is? You see here, this is a 1, 0.1, 0.2 is increasing like this if you go. Okay, this is here is a 0. This point is a 0. R is equal to 0. So this is R is equal to 0 circle. But we have last circle. Okay, R is equal to 0 circle. This circle intersecting with X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1, reactance value is 1. Which is that circle? You see here again, these are the reactance circles. Okay, this is a it is number not written. This is 2, reactance value is 2 for this circle. Okay, reactance is 1.8 for this circle. This is 1.6, 1.7, sorry, this is 1.4 reactance. Okay. So here this is a circle. This is 1.8. This is 0.8 reactance. Sorry, this is 1.4. Okay, 1.2 reactance value. This one. Okay, and this is 1. X is equal to 1. This circle is X is equal to 1. So what we needed? 0 intersect with the X is equal to 1 circle. So this is 0. R is equal to 0 circle. R is equal to 0 circle. Intersect with X1. This is X is equal to 1 circle. So this is a point. So VSWR circle is now VSWR circle. So this you have to draw the circle. Okay, take this as a radius from here to here as a radius and draw the circle. So this is our point, load point here. So this is a load given based on the load, wherever the load is. Okay, you have to mark the load and you have to draw the circle. So the circle comes here, you see, this is a circle. Okay, for load, this is a circle, this is a VSWR circle, this is VSWR circle for this load. So based on the load, that circle, VSWR circle may be anywhere. Okay, for reactive loads, usually for see this like a reactive loads, resistance value is 0. Where is the circle, that VSWR circle? It always coincides with this R is equal to 0 circle. See like this. Here VSWR circle is like for this one, reactive loads. Only reactive, there is no resistance part. For that cases, if you even it is a negative or a positive value of this reactance. Okay, the circle that VSWR circle is this one. So outermost here it will coincides with the R is equal to 0 circle, that VSWR circle. Okay, so for any given load we have to draw like this VSWR circle. Okay, once we draw the VSWR circle, we can analyze the other parameters. Okay, as we were discussing in the earlier class. See like this. So this is you understood now, I think, how to mark the load and how to draw the VSWR circles. Okay, is audible now? Hello, audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we were discussing in the earlier class for any load. This is like this VSWR circle may be anywhere based on the load. It may be like bar, it may be like this. Okay, if you want to find impedance over a transmission line, if you want to find impedance at any point over a transmission line, what we have to do? We have to move on the VSWR circle from the load point. See, this is a load point what we marked. Okay, so we have to move over a VSWR circle like this is a VSWR circle. We have to move like this. Moving like this, it is nothing but moving over a transmission line like this. Okay, so if you complete one circle like this over this, we will be completing a distance of lambda by 2 over a transmission line like this. If you move like this, okay, if you travel a distance of lambda by 2 from the load, lambda by 2, that is nothing but completing this one circle over the Smith chart, this VSWR circle, moving from load point again back to the load point. That is nothing but traveling a distance of lambda by 2, because after that again the values will repeat. Okay, so that we were discussing in the morning class. Okay, so now we will see how in the earlier in the previous class also we were discussing about how to find the distance. Okay, for example, you, while moving at any point, if you stop, okay, from here, okay, load point, we are moving in the clockwise direction. Okay, you move like this towards the generator. I am stopping here. Okay, I can find at what distance I am on the transmission line. See, like this, if I move at anywhere, we can stop here. Okay, I stopped here. I can find out what is at what distance I am from load point to here. That is using the scale provided on the Smith chart. Okay, so like this wavelength scale, this is a wavelength towards the generator. Okay, it is written wavelength towards the generator. So like this scale is there. Using this scale as a reference, its starting point is 0 here, its started value 0 here, upper values you should take. See here, don't confuse your wavelength towards the generator. You should take the values written above this circle. See, this is a circle. Okay, the values are written above and also written below. Okay, here. Okay, you should wavelength towards the generator, that means clockwise direction. We are moving towards the generator, so you should take this circle, this one. Okay, like this. So that is one complete see, like starting from here, if you move like this, okay, the values go on increases here, 0.08, 0.09, 0.1. Okay, see, if you travel a number of, see, each division here, from bigger division from here to here, it is 0.01 in wavelength. It is the scale is in wavelength. Okay, 0.01 lambda from here to here. If you move from here to here, 0.01 lambda. Okay, so if you get a 0.1 lambda means such 10 divisions we have to move over the Smith chart. See, like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 10 up to, from starting from here, if you go on like this. Okay, if you move 10 division, we will be traveling a distance of 0.1 lambda. This is 0.1 lambda. Okay, similarly the numbers are written here, 0.12 lambda. Okay, so our load here it is at 0.192 here. So here I have written. Okay, it is a 0.192 here, 0.192 here, because it is a little bit away from the 0.19. That is a one division it is. So see, as you can see, from here to here it is 0.01. In between that there are 5 divisions are there, 1 2 3 4 5. Each division, see, for example, 0.08, 0.08 here, 0.08. If you move from here to here, 0.08 to here, we are moving a distance of 0.002 here. So the value here is 0.08. One division means it is nothing but 0.002. So automatically here, if you come here, the reading here is 0.082 here, 0.082 at this position. Okay, at this position. Similarly 0.084 here, 0.084, because 0.002, 0.00, so it is 0.084, 0.086, 0.808, this is 0.809, 0.09, this point. Okay, so each division from a small division movement is a 0.002. Okay, so here we are not at the exact 0.019 here, 0.019 here, but one division higher here. So that adds 0.002. So to this you should add that value. Okay, then that is our load is there. Okay, now if I move a distance, if I move over a circle, VSWR circle, I am moving up to some point here. Okay, what distance I moved from here to here, that I can find on the Smith chart. Like I am moving like this towards the generator, I stopped somewhere here. What is the distance I moved from source to load, some point, sorry, from load to this point? What is the distance that you can find? Okay, again you have to draw a line like this here. See, like this is the point I want to move. Starting from here, you draw a line. I want to move up to here. See, here I marked here. Okay, this is the one. This I started here and I moved like this. I stopped here. I want and what is the distance from here to here I want to find out. For that, what I have to do, see, you draw one more line like this. Okay, it intersect with the wavelength scale. This is a wavelength scale here. Okay, 0.25, it is written 0.25 here, 0.25. Why? Is the PPT visible? Hello? Okay, one is why this is happening. Hello? Is it visible? Hello? Hello? Is it audible? Audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
PPT visible?
No, ma'am.
PPT is not visible?
No, ma'am, not it.
Wait, someone, it is, why I don't know. Now okay? Hello? Is it visible
Yes,
now?
ma'am, now.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay. So you see here, this is a load point here. Okay, I moved a distance here. I want to know at what distance I am from the load. Okay, that I have to find out. For that, what you have to do, you draw a line, one more line here like this. Okay, it is coinciding with a wavelength scale here. Wavelength scale 0.25. Here is a 0.25, 0.25 written here. Okay, so here 0.25 here. On the wavelength scale it is written. Okay, if you draw like this line. Okay, 0.25 lambda, and this is 0.192 lambda. So to get a distance from here to here, you take a difference of minus this value from this value. Okay, we will be getting what distance it is from here to here. That is from load to this point, wherever you are. For example, you are here. You want to measure distance from here to here. Okay, take a difference. It is 0.25 lambda minus 0.192 lambda. It is 0.08. Okay, 58 lambda. 0.058 lambda distance from here to here. So to get an actual distance, what we have to do? We have to multiply this 0.058 by lambda value. Lambda may be in terms of centimeter, meter, or whatever, mm, whatever it is. Okay, you get a correct value in terms of length unit. You should multiply you should multiply this number by this lambda. Okay, whatever the value you get, you can get a value of lambda from the given frequency. Using frequency C by F you do, lambda you will be getting, multiply this by that value, you will be getting the value of this distance. Okay, like that you can find a distance, what it may be anywhere, okay, over the transmission line, what distance you are from the load. I moved towards like this, I stopped here, I want to find out what is the distance I moved from here to here. Okay, so like that. Similarly, this is a load point, I am moving like this. Okay, I stopped here. Okay, I am stopping here. What is the distance I moved from here to here? What is the distance from here to here? To get that, what you have to do is the point 192 is a load point. Where I am stopping here. You take what is the you draw a line. I have not drawn here. This is a line. Okay, it intersect here. You see a wavelength scale. This is a wavelength scale. It is intersecting here. So okay, wait. It is okay here, but there it is. Okay, the next slide. This is misplaced here. Okay, up to this distance I made a mistake here. It is not up to this, it is up to here. Okay, so that while drawing I did a mistake. Okay, so here you see here, starting from here. Okay, this point I moved over the I am moving over a transmission line and stopped here. Okay, this what is the distance from here to here? Okay, to find out that, what we have to do, from here wherever you stop, you draw a line. For example, I am stopping here. Okay, sorry, this is again okay, so this is a point, I moved up to this point. So this point, starting from here, we are moving up to this point. So to find out what is the distance from here, if you move up to this point, what is the distance? To do that, what we have to do, you draw a line over this, draw a line from here to touch the wavelength scale. This is a wavelength scale here, this is a wavelength scale what we have. You have to draw up to this. Okay, that line we have to draw here. It is intersecting wavelength scale somewhere here. So it is a 0.49. Sorry, I did a mistake. It is not up to here. It is up to here. Okay, because this line you should draw a straight line. It intersect here, wavelength scale here. Starting from here, see wherever you stop here, we stopped here. From here, you should draw a line passing through this point wherever. Okay, I will mark that point also. Then this is. And you should draw a line from here. From here, you should draw a line. Okay, that line, see here, starting from here, we passing, we stopped here, so what we have to do, from here, from starting from here, you try a line passing through this point wherever you stopped. You should start from here only. Okay, here also to draw the line, what we have to do, should start from center and draw up to wavelength scale. This is a wavelength scale towards the generator. Okay, stop here. Similarly, from here you pass through the point where you stopped. Want to know the distance. I am moving like this and I stopped here. I want to know the distance from here to here. So for that, what I have to do, starting from here, center of the Smith chart, passing through this point, you draw a line. Okay, it is intersecting the wavelength scale here. See, this is a wavelength scale here, 0.49. Here is a 0.49. Actually, this is 0.5. We are moving like this, starting from here. See, it is go on increasing. You see here the value. What is here the value here? 0.42, 0.43, 0.44, 0.45. Okay, like go on increasing. This is 0.49. This point. Automatically here, by the time you come here, it is 0.5. Here started again with a 0, but here it is a 0.5 also coinciding here, 0.5. So this is 0.5 lambda. What this point is. So what is the distance from here to here? That is a 0.192. You minus this from the reading, whatever the wavelength scale reading here. It is not 0, it is 0.5 because we moved like this, 0.49. This is a 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 minus 0.192, we will be getting 0.308 lambda. Okay, so the distance of this point from the load is equal to 0.38 lambda. Similarly, any point you take, okay, you can obtain the distance from, for example, if the point is here, you should draw like this. Okay, so draw a line like this, and you can get a value distance from here to here. You just mark point passing from here. You should draw like this, so to touch the wavelength scale. Okay, and read the reading whatever it is, minus this load value, load position from the value here. We will be getting that distance. Okay, so like that you can measure the distance. Okay, that is how to measure the distance from the load, different points over because this is nothing but moving over a transmission line. That's why we are doing. Okay, so now the next point is, you see here, as we move like this from the load point. Hello, is it audible? Hello, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. See, now we are moving from here over the transmission line like this. Impedance changes. This is once I move over VSWR means you should think we are moving over a transmission line. Okay, we are moving over a transmission line. Impedance changes, but here we cannot see that impedance change. To find that, what we have to do, we have to go for equations. But using this Smith chart, we can easily observe. Okay, what is the impedance variation? You see here, whatever the impedance over this line, impedance means, for example, impedance here, impedance at this position is, you take a value of resistance circle and reactance circle passing through this point, that is the impedance at this position. See, I moved from here to here, started from load and I traveled like this, I stopped here. I want to know the impedance. What is the impedance? It is at a distance of, what is that distance? We got 0.058. I moved a distance of 0.058 lambda and I stopped here. What is the impedance here? That impedance you can read from the Smith chart. See here, read the reactance value and resistance value at this position. Okay, that is the impedance at this position. Actually, for this example, it is 1.8. Resistance value is 1.8, but X value is 0. See, this is a reactance circle passing through this point. Okay, resistance circle is this. This is a resistance circle. This is a resistance circle. Its value is 1.8. So resistance value is 1.8, but reactance value is 0. This is a reactance circle. This reactance circle value is 0 here. This. Okay. So this is 1.8 plus 0. value at this position, impedance value. So at a distance of see this 0.058 lambda, we are here at this position, that impedance is there, this impedance 1.8 plus j0. Similarly here also you can read the impedance. What is the impedance at this position? Okay, anywhere, that is the impedance on this switch. So if you move a distance of 0.058, see from here you move like this, okay, distance is equal to 0.058. So 0.058 you move like this, stop there. Actually there the impedance equal to this value, that is normalized value you will be getting 1.8 plus j0, that impedance will be there equal to that value. Okay, similarly if you move like this, impedance changes, that values we can read from the Smith chart. See here, wherever you may be, okay, here or anywhere. See like here for example, if you take this point, this is the point here, what is the impedance here at this position, this position? Okay, for example, I want a impedance here. What is the impedance here? It is at some distance, we traveled some distance. I want to find out what is the impedance. You can read that value easily. See, that is a resistance circle value and reactance circle value at this position. What is the resistance value? You take a resistance circle passing at this position, that is here, this is a resistance circle. Okay, this resistance circle is passing. What is that value? 0.6 here, 0.6 resistance circle is passing. And what is the reactance value? This is a reactance circle passing. See like this, you go, it is somewhere here. If this is what is the value here? This is actually 0.2. Okay, 0.2, it is some value is there. Okay, you can see that 0.2 maybe 0.1 here, sorry 0.25 here. This one, it is not given here. Okay, this reactance circle, value is not given, so we have to take a next 0.2 here, next one is some value, in between that we have to put that value. Okay, so read the reactance circle value and resistance circle value at this position, that gives the impedance at this position. Okay, so like you can read impedance easily from this, without any equation and all. What is the impedance at any distance over this line? And also you can see here, impedance changes. At some position it is maximum and at some position it is minimum. Wherever voltage is maximum, impedance is maximum. Wherever voltage is minimum, impedance is minimum. Now you see, while traversing like this, we are moving over a transmission line like this. Okay, we are moving over a transmission line, and impedance values we can see. As we saw, it is at any point we can see the impedance value. It is the intersection of resistance circle and the reactance circle values. But you see, whenever you come here, see, whenever starting from load, you move like this. Whenever this VSWR circle intersect with the right side horizontal line, see, this is the right side horizontal line. This is the center of the Smith chart. This part is the right side. Okay, we call it is the right side, and this is the left side, for example. Okay, so this VSWR circle intersect with the right side here. Okay, you read the value. What is the value here? Impedance value. It is 1.8 here, 1.8. You read value of impedance over at any point over this. Will it be greater than this 1.8? You can see like this. If you move like this, okay, if you move, impedance changes. Okay, whenever you come to here, wherever VSWR circle intersect this horizontal line, you will be here. Okay, you take this value. Actually, this is the highest value what we can observe on the VSWR circle. If you go like this, value reduces, impedance value reduces. Okay, if you go here also, impedance reduces. Actually, this is the highest value you can find, 1.8. Okay, you can check. Okay, afterwards we can do in your hard copy or this one itself. The value lesser than 1.8 if you go like this. And also if you go like this, anywhere you go over this, Okay, read the impedance anywhere over entire this starting from load point. Okay, like this up to again back to this point. The impedances what you observe is less than this point impedance. This is the point. Okay, what is this point? Where the VSWR circle for a corresponding load. This is a load, this is a VSWR circle. This VSWR circle intersect at right side somewhere. It may be here. This is the whatever the impedance at this position is the highest impedance. That means this is the highest impedance what we can observe on the transmission line. So we move like this. See, we move like this. As I said, at voltage maxima there is a maximum impedance. Okay, and all other values are lesser than that maximum value. So if you move like this, wherever you find maximum impedance, you stop. That we cannot do here in the transmission line if you do. But here you can see from the load you move like this. Whenever you intersect with the horizontal line right side, you stop. From the load, it may be load may be anywhere, it may be here or anywhere. You move like this. Whenever it intersect right side, you stop. That is the highest value of impedance actually in the while moving like this over the Smith chart. Okay, so this is whatever the value you get here, that is a R maximum or Z maximum. It is 1.8 here now, 1.8. Okay, 1.8, and a horizontal line means X value is 0 always. 1.8. Z maximum is 1.8 we are getting. That is normalized value actually, normalized value of impedance. Okay, not actual value. Normalized impedance we are getting 1.8. Actual values, multiply this 1.8 by 50, we will getting actual value. Okay, so that is the maximum we can find. So whenever we move like this, maximum value of impedance, what is the maximum? Z maximum on the Smith chart. Okay, so Z maximum, as I said, always it occurs at a maxima position. This is a maxima. Okay, maxima position, maximum. What is that value? R naught into S. We know that R naught into S. Okay, we need R naught and S. But here you can easily get that from the Smith chart here. This is a so starting from load you move, wherever it intersect you stop. Okay, right side of the Smith chart, horizontal axis. Read the impedance at this position. Wherever it intersect with the horizontal line, read the impedance at this position. That is a maximum impedance. Okay, normalized value. Multiply that by 50 or Z naught, we will be getting maximum value. So while moving like this, we observed maximum value impedance is here. So we moved like this. Okay, we observed maximum value here. This is a maximum value what we observed, and we got that value also 1.8. Okay, normalized value. And also we can find out at what distance this is from the load. See, this is a load point. We traveled a distance like this. Okay, what is the distance from here to here? That is the first maxima distance. This distance, you see, moving from here, load, we moved like this. This is the maxima. You come like this. We got a maximum impedance here. We stopped here. Okay, what is the distance from here to here? On this line we cannot measure. On the Smith chart we can easily measure. See, from here to here, what is that? This is a maxima position. Load point, maxima position we stopped. What is the distance from load to this maxima? That you can easily find from the Smith chart. See, like this, here you stop here. Okay, this is a maximum impedance what we observed. Okay, measure the distance from here to here. I already told how to measure the distance. See, like this, you draw a line passing through this point. This is a point. Okay, okay, this is the point where we stopped. Okay, you draw a line like this. So it is 0.025 here, 0.025 wavelength scale. It is, we take a difference. This is a, so the maxima is at a distance of 0.058 lambda. That's the meaning here. 0.058 lambda maxima. So we moved like this. We stopped at wherever maxima is there. Okay, and we measured the distance from here to here. Okay, so the maxima is at that distance. Okay, wherever maximum impedance is there, we stopped, and we measured the distance from here to here. From the Smith chart, you can easily measure. Take this value take this value difference, that gives a, so that maxima is observing at a distance this okay, we moved like this point is at 0.058 lambda, okay, like that you can find easily from the Smith chart. So for this load 1.4 we moved here to here, that is a maxima distance. You can do for any load, see like previous one, you see for example here, okay. For this one, this is a problem 1.4 and 0.3, this is what we were discussing, but you take this one load 0.3 plus j 0.5, draw VSW, this is our load, okay. Where is the load now? Where you should draw a line for this, see here, this is the one here, this point, so okay, so that load is so you draw a line here, where is that load point on the wavelength scale, you draw a line passing through that point, okay. Okay, this is the point here, you see, for this load, okay, this is a load 0.3 plus j 0.5, I have marked, I have drawn a VSWR circle, okay. Where is that load here? It is on the wavelength scale, you see here, this is a 0.08, it is behind 0.08, so 0.07 is this 0.07, each division adds 0.002, so automatically by the time you come here 0.078 here, 0.078 load is at a scale point of 0.078 at the scale, wavelength scale here, 0.078 here, okay. So from the, so that is the load here, this is a VSWR circle. So now you move like this, see, if you move like this, this is nothing but moving over a transmission line, see, this is the load now, moving over this line means it is moving over a transmission line, we moved like this, okay. To find the maximum impedance, what we have to do, from here you go on moving like this, go on moving, you stop whenever this VSWR circle intersect with the horizontal line, see, this is the horizontal line, this is the horizontal line here, okay, you stop here, so this is a point, see here, okay, you should stop here. There only maxima on the VSWR circle, you take any VSWR corresponding to any load, okay, maximum while moving on the VSWR circle, okay, we will be finding maximum impedance only when the VSWR circle intersect with the right side of the Smith chart, horizontal line, see, this is a horizontal line on the right side of the Smith chart, okay, it intersect, VSWR intersect somewhere, anywhere it may be, okay, here it is intersecting, okay. Read the impedance here, that is the impedance, maximum impedance you can observe, okay, but you can read values, all the values here, but they are all lesser than whatever you observe here. So starting from here you move like this, whenever VSWR circle intersect you stop here, read the impedance, that is the maximum impedance. What is the value here written? Resistance value you have to take here, because X value again 0 here. So this is a 0.4 circle, this is 0.3 circle, this is 0.4 circle, this is maybe 3.5 maybe, okay, the value, you read approximately that value, okay, whatever this value, 0.35 maybe. So that is the R maximum value, R Z maximum value for this load, okay. Actually that is the maximum we can observe while moving like so. All other values on this VSWR circle, okay, we can see values over this circle, see here some impedance is there, that is the value of reactance circle value and resistance circle value you take at this point, impedance at this point, what is the impedance here, it is actually the impedance on a transmission line, if you move like this, it is nothing but moving on a transmission line. If you stop here means at some point we stopped on the transmission line. What is the impedance? You can read that, that is resistance circle value, see this circle value and this reactance circle value, like that you can read any at any position, but all these values are lesser than this point value. So wherever VSWR circle intersect with the right side, this horizontal axis, you stop and read the value, that is hazard maximum. And the distance of that, so it is like this so we moved like this, you stop wherever maximum impedance you observe. To read the distance from load to here, what we have to do, this you starting from here, this point, read the wavelength value, and we stopped here. Again you take a value here, 0.25 again. Here 0.25 only wavelength value here. This intersects with the this wavelength. This is a wavelength scale. This is 0.22, 0.23. I think that value did not come here. So 0.25. Okay. So this we stopped here. Okay. What we have to do? You draw a line from here. So like this, you draw a line. This is a line up to this. Okay. So that line. Okay, so okay, this is a little bit see this line passing through this point. Okay, it 0.25 coincides with the 0.25. So what is the distance from here to here? You should measure. So you draw a line from load point. Load point is at 0.078. Okay, 0.078, and this is 0.25. Okay. 0.25 minus 0.07 gives the distance of maxima, at what distance that maxima is. Okay. Excuse me. See, in the earlier problem, the load is here. The load is here, but the load is here. Distance may be different. Maxima distance is different. Previously, it is 0.058. Okay, because load is here previously. Right now, load I have taken this load. So automatically that maxima distance again here. So the distance is different here for the particular load here. Okay. So like that we can read at what distance that maxima is, first maxima. So as we move like this, where is the maxima, at what distance that maxima is, that we can easily identify from the Smith chart. As I said, any load you take, okay, for this load you move from here to here you have to move. Okay, from here to here you move. So this dry extended, as we saw, we extended line here. This is a load value where the load is, and this is again maxima position. We have drawn a line like this. It is at 0.25 minus this value. That gives the distance of this load, maxima from this load. If the load is this. Similarly, if the load is this, you should start from here, move like this. What is the value you read here? And what is the value wavelength you read here? Take a difference. That gives the distance from here to here. Maxima distance for this load, ZL is equal to this. Okay, so maxima position may change based on the load ZL. So based on this ZL, that maxima may be anywhere over this line. Okay, anywhere over this line. That we can easily find from the Smith chart, as we discussed like this. Okay, starting from load, starting from whatever it may be the load, you move over that. Wherever VSWR circle cuts the right side here, horizontal line, you stop. Okay, measure the distance from load point to here. That's all. That gives the maxima distance. Okay. Similarly, I did it for this load also. So like this, you move and measure the distance. Okay, it is 0.25 and minus this number, whatever we have here, load point wavelength value. This is a load point. You extend up to wavelength scale here. This is a wavelength scale. You take a reading here. Minus this value from this value. That is a maxima distance of maximum impedance where you observe. Okay, and also that maximum impedance value also we can read. What is the impedance at this position? Whatever the value is there, you read it. It is 1.8 for this case. Okay, but for this problem, you see here this is a 4. This is 4 circle. R is equal to 4. This is R is equal to 3. Okay, it is r is equal to 3.8. I think this is 3.8. This point 3 r is equal to 3.8 circle. See, this is a circle. Okay, this is 4 this circle. 4 circle. Each division near 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. Okay, this is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 0.4. Correct. So this is a 3.8. This line, this is circle, is a 3.8 circle. So the value is 3.8 because reactance value is 0 again at this position. Okay, 3.8 is the one that is normalized. Multiply that by Z naught, you will be getting the exact value of impedance at this position. So maximum impedance is Z, and it is real, as we said. Imaginary part is 0. Always Z maxima, it is R naught into S. We know R naught into S is a impedance. See, Z maxima is equal to R naught into S. Okay, normalized value, actually it is also equal. Normalized value, something we got here is correct. It is 1.8 for this problem. 1.8 for this is a load 1.8. Okay, if you multiply that by R naught, we will be getting R Z naught, we will be getting exact value. Actually, this itself becomes the VSWR also, VSWR value. VSWR, because you take a Z maxima, it is R naught into S, actual Z maxima. You normalize this by R naught. See, like divide. What do you get? Yes. So R Z maxima, normalized value of Z maxima equal to VSWR itself. Okay, what is the VSWR? They may ask the question, what is the VSWR? You find the normalized Z maxima, that is also equal to VSWR. S, here is S means VSWR. Okay, you read whatever normalized impedance here, that is equal to VSWR. Actually, VSWR, how do you find VSWR? 1 minus 1 plus tau magnitude divided by 1 minus tau magnitude. That you have to do. But from the Smith chart, you can easily find that. Find the Z maximum value, normalize the Z maximum. That itself is a VSWR. This S value, because from here we can see this is actually the Z maxima, R naught into S. But you normalize this, what do you get? This is S. So from the Smith chart, we are reading a normalized Z maxima, that it is also equal to VSWR. Yes. So from the Smith chart, we can find VSWR for a given load. This is a load given. What is the VSWR? It is 1.8. What is the Z maxima? That is also equal to 1.8 normalized value. Okay, both we can read from the Smith chart easily. Okay, so like is it audible? Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think it's more time I took. We will stop. We will continue in the next class. Okay, I am sending these videos also. Please go through the videos. Okay, we will stop. Okay, today. Okay, this is like this. We can do maxima distance. We can find maximum value. You can find impedance variations. So distance of different distances also we can find from the Smith chart. We will see what are the other things in the next classes. Okay, please go through the videos.